Hello, Gene the OK Boomer here. Welcome to today's vlog. Today I have some possible good news on the fight against unlawful immigration, which by extension is a fight against the Biden administration, which is deliberately keeping the southern border open to import or to allow the invasion of unlawful aliens whom they hope will someday be given amnesty, become citizens, and vote for Democrats because they are running out of Native Americans to vote for Democrats. So let's go right to the headline. This is possibly good news. Biden dealt major blow as SCOTUS, that would be the Supreme Court of the United States, orders lower court to reconsider border wall funding, quote, change circumstances, unquote. The U.S. Supreme Court on Monday handed the Biden administration a stunning defeat with regard to construction on former President Donald Trump's border wall, which currently sits incomplete as illegal immigrants continue to flood across the open border. The country's high court ordered lower courts to vacate previous rulings about the wall, citing, quote, changed circumstances, unquote, in the case. The Trump administration in 2019 declared a national emergency at the border. The White House and Defense Department then diverted $3.6 billion in military funds to begin the project. Trump accomplished bypassing Congress by invoking his authority under the National Emergencies Act. Soon the lawsuits were being filed. The Sierra Club, a left-wing environmental organization, in case you didn't know, was among many who filed lawsuits seeking an injunction to have the project stopped. The ACLU also filed a lawsuit and won when the District Court for the Northern District of California ruled that the Trump White House could not use Pentagon funds to secure the border. Last October, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit, historically known for siding in favor of far-left causes, ordered wall construction to halt while agreeing with the District Court. On appeal, the Ninth Circuit agreed with the lower court ruling to stop the project. Now, the Supreme Court is involved, and it's vacated the District Court ruling and ordered the appellate court to take another look at the cases. Quote, the judgment of the District Court is vacated, and the case is remanded to the United States Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit with instructions to direct the District Court to vacate its judgments, unquote, the Supreme Court said in a ruling on Monday. Quote, the District Court should consider what further proceedings are necessary and appropriate in light of the changed circumstances in this case, unquote, the country's High Court added. The Supreme Court did not elaborate Monday on what, quote, changed circumstances, unquote, directed it to order lower courts to revisit previous rulings about the border wall. Perhaps the fact that the country's border with Mexico has become a national security issue, a humanitarian crisis, and an international embarrassment played a role. You think? That's what I think. It's obviously, well, the article is self-explanatory. I link to it as I always do. You can read the whole article. This is just an excerpt. The question is now, what will the Biden administration do? They have this. We'll have to see what these lower courts now rule, now that they have had their previous decisions vacated. So let's see if they do the right thing or if the whole mess has to go back to the Supreme Court again. But then the question I have is, this ruling from the Supreme Court apparently, it obviously validates the Trump administration policy and Trump's order, but does it prevent Biden from issuing his own order that would countermand Trump's order? If he can do that, then it just puts everything back where it is right now. But if he can't, then, in other words, if the ruling says that the order stays in place and cannot be changed, that the money, well, because the money has already been allocated, so maybe it has to be spent. The construction equipment and the rebar and other materials, they're sitting right there on the border. They're right there, right where the construction had been going on and then was stopped by Joe Biden. You have these idle workers who I believe also are getting paid. Money is going out anyhow for the wall, and it's just not being built. So maybe this means that the wall has to be built, that the $3.6 billion, whatever portion has not been spent so far, now has to be spent. But you never know what this administration is going to do. So I'll keep you all informed. If I hear anything, I will make sure all of you learn what I learn. And that's it for today. Thanks as always for stopping by. I really appreciate the time you spend with me. If you have any questions, suggestions for future topics or comments, you can put them in the area below the video. You could subscribe. I love getting new subscribers. You could share the video with anybody you think would also like it. But most of all, come back and see me again. I would love to see all of you again. I look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.